Hey guys, and welcome back to the Two Players Podcast, episode 9. Today we are going to have probably a bit of a shorter episode today. We're going to do news, games we've been playing, and then one little topic that we're going to talk about towards the end. So the first topic that we're going to bring up is something that we actually forgot to talk about last week, which is pretty big, is the fact that Disney Infinity is shutting down.
Yeah, this was kind of weird. I didn't really expect this to get shut down. I think it was it wasn't making its money back or something, or it wasn't performing to their standards. I
Yeah,
think.
something
That's what
about
Disney said.
something like that, because I think that after they did the Disney characters, then they moved on to Marvel characters and Star Wars. They expected a lot more money to flow in, but I guess that's not how it worked and stuff like that. So I think that they're shutting down like a lot of their console game department, and then they're just gonna hand off their properties to studios. I think that's what they're gonna do now, instead
Yeah,
of
I think
doing
it's just
Disney
dead.
Infinity. Yeah, that kind of sucks, to be honest, because Disney Infinity looked like it had a lot of potential, but Disney just wasn't taking the right steps to do so, I think. I mean, like,
Yeah,
us, we never bought a Disney Infinity figure. We never played the game. But just from what I've heard, and I'm not sure about you, but I heard that it was pretty good until they started diverting to Marvel, then Star Wars, and then they never did return back to like only doing Disney characters. Disney kind of just used the properties that they now own, and then just started making figures of those.
I mean, I do have to hand it to them. I think the figures do look way better than like Amiibos do. Like they
Yeah,
look a
like
lot better.
definitely, like the detail on those things are awesome. Like they're pretty pricey. I'm not even gonna lie. Like some of those go for like $40 or something dollars for like one like 3-pack or something. But just
Yeah.
for like the amount of detail and like how the way it's painted, like they just look great. But now like since it's shutting down, I'm expecting a lot of those figures to go on clearance within stores right now and then become collector's items in the future. Because once you've done everything within Disney Infinity now, because now it's not infinite, you know. So
Yeah, it's kind of ironic.
yeah, so now that it is shutting down, it's going to probably generate a lot of collector's value, I think.
Yeah, I like. I mean, it's kind of sad, but I also heard that it wasn't doing bad. It wasn't doing well enough because it wasn't worth making those figures and not making enough profit. So
Hmm.
they just Disney just decided to shut it down because alright, this isn't worth it. It's not making us as much money as we thought it would. Even though we're still getting a profit, it's not big enough, so we're just shutting it down. So that's what I heard, which is kind of sad, but
Yeah. I
it's
mean,
just
you
dead
know,
now.
it is now come and gone and it's behind us, so maybe another studio will come forward and do something like Disney Infinity and do it the right
Well, I mean,
way.
we have Skylanders.
Yeah, we still got Skylanders. To be honest, I'm not even sure if they're still making them or not. Like
Oh,
I haven't heard an announcement for a new game in a while. Either I'm just not paying attention to it or what, but Skylanders is kind of, from what I've been seeing, dying as well. And then we got the new Lego Dimensions thing, which I guess is cool. You know, they actually use like, I think they use like actual Legos to like make those, so
yeah.
that's nice. But then again, Legos are expensive to begin with, so just making that
This is a piece
into,
of plastic.
I mean, like it's a bunch of well-made pieces of plastic that you put together. So
True.
now that they're doing the figure toys to life thing, and then amiibos are kind of like just sitting there, you know, there's like
Yeah, they don't have a
nothing,
thing. They
yeah,
don't have
there's
a
like
purpose.
nothing major coming out right now, you know. I mean,
I wish there was.
yeah, I wish, you know, maybe they'll make another Mario line, but right now it's only Kirby, and then the Bayonetta and Robin, I believe, then that's it.
You mean
So,
corn?
or Corrin, my fault. You know,
Yeah.
all the Fire
I want to
Emblem
get those.
characters, you know, just kind of blend together in my mind. But
Oh, and Cloud.
oh yeah,
Also.
and Cloud, forgot about him. But you know, Toys to Life is kind of just like at a standstill at the moment. You know, I feel like it's like Guitar Hero. You know, like they hit a peak and then they kept making too much, or they're like making too little, and then it's just, you know, not really doing much.
I guess because at first it seems cool to collect everything, but then you realize how much money you have to
Yeah.
spend, and then you're like, alright, screw this. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably what happened.
Alright, so next news topic is Dragon Ball Xenoverse announcement. Did you play the first Xenoverse?
No, but I have seen like some playthroughs. Like I think I saw like the Game Grumps do it. I think
But
it was like it was more MMOE, right? Like it was more
yeah.
like yeah, grind some things out and stuff.
Uh-huh. And
And
My brother,
So
my brother played it, and he said that it was okay. It wasn't a Dragon Ball Z game that he expected. Because
yeah.
we played the Budokai games, we played the Tenkaichi games. That's what he wanted out of it, but he got a different game out of it, and he was kind of just like, it's okay. And now that they're doing it again, but now they're exploring different stories within the Dragon Ball Z universe. I'm not sure if the Buu saga was in there, but I think now that there's the future Trunks story, Bardock, and like the game itself, it looks beautiful. Like it looks fantastic, and the
Oh yeah, it
fact
looks
that
really nice. Yeah.
the fact that it's only for Xbox One, PS4, and PC, I think it's gonna do well there because I think the first Xenoverse was also for PS3 and Xbox 360, if I'm not mistaken.
I could
But
check. Hold on.
alright, but yeah, this game just looks beautiful. I'm not exactly sure if it's going to do better than the first game. We're just gonna have to wait and find out. But I'm hopeful for this one. Like the idea of putting yourself into the Dragon Ball Z universe with like your own custom character is always like a cool idea. But hopefully that they will be able to execute it properly.
Yeah, the first one was released for both PS4, PS3, Xbox 360, Xbox One.
Okay.
So it was limited like that. So this one will probably be, less limited.
Yeah,
So
because
hopefully
now
it'll be a
that
better game.
now that, that they don't have to outsource other resources to porting it to the previous consoles, they just have to focus on Xbox, PS3 or PS4 I meant, and PC. So
Yeah, I was thinking about buying Xenoverse 1, but I also heard there was a lot of server problems and stuff. So hopefully they fix that stuff out, because I know that it drew a lot of players out with all those server issues in the first few days.
if you're
So
gonna have
hopefully
an
they fix
online
that.
game, you gotta make sure that those servers are up on the first week or so to go and make sure that there's no crashes and stuff. So
Yeah, server problems really kill an online game if it's not fixed immediately.
yep. But I'm just hopeful for this game. Like it already looks beautiful graphic wise, so let's just hope that gameplay wise it's good. And I heard the story last time was meh. You're basically going through the Dragon Ball Z universe with your own
Again.
character and trying to
Yeah.
fix up the events, because like I think like someone was like screwing with them or something like that. So I'm not expecting much from the story, but gameplay wise I hope that it's a lot better.
Yeah, hopefully the fighting's better, because I saw some of the fights in the original one, and it looks more like stat based and like, oh, I picked this move over yours, that means I'm just better than you. I'm like, that's not that fair. So it's like, it maybe less MMOE and more like fighting game type. I don't know how they could do it. But I'm interested to see how this game does, and maybe I'll buy it, because I haven't bought a Dragon Ball Z game in like forever, so.
Yeah, I think the last one I bought, if I can remember, was Dragon Ball Raging Blast or something like that.
Yeah, I played that one, it was okay.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a poor man's Tenkaichi, but like on
Yeah.
the next generation, from what I can remember. But I've always wanted to go and get Raging Blast 2, never got around to it. And then Ultimate Tenkaichi, I heard was really bad, but that's just from what I heard. So maybe I'm wrong, but we'll see. And I might pick this one up, but we'll just have to go and see and find out based on reviews and what I read. So this was actually a huge announcement, I think. The NX is not a successor to the Wii U or 3DS. So what the hell is this thing then?
I don't know, and it's really giving me, like, it's concerning me a lot, because I feel like Nintendo just doesn't care about, like, not its consumer base, but just like it doesn't care about being in the console race anymore. It just wants to be its own thing.
Yeah,
But
they're
you kinda
pretty much
have
the
to,
hipsters of gaming.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's working. Because, like, the NX, it kind of has to be, like, what are you going to do? Have the Wii U, NX, and 3DS? Like, that seems like a mess. I don't know about that.
Oh my god, I don't even know what Nintendo's doing. I mean, since the NX is not going to even be at E3, it's going to be a long, long time until we see this damn thing and see what exactly it's all about. If it blows me away when they first show it off, that wouldn't surprise me. Nintendo does do that sometimes. They make a series of just bad choices, and, the high point is the high point, and then it just goes back down from there. Then, I mean, since it's not going to be a successor to the Wii U or 3DS, I'm thinking that it's going to be something like, I don't know, like like what you said with the Wii U, 3DS, and NX. But I don't think that
Yeah.
that would ever work. I don't think a company has ever try to maintain 3 separate consoles at once. But I mean, I feel like that's just PR shit that like they're saying. Like the NX is not a successor to the Wii, but
It could.
yeah, in reality, I think it is. Because
But didn't they say it was more powerful than the PS4?
or something like that. I don't even remember. All of this stuff is rumored. There's nothing confirmed from Nintendo themselves, other than we're working on the NX, and like everything else has been fluff from different news sites and stuff like that. So, I don't know. It's really up in the air for the NX at this point, because we're not going to see it at E3, and we're not going to see it for a long time because of that. So, I don't know. Maybe they'll just throw a direct somewhere like in the middle of the summer and show off the NX. I don't know. But
they have to do it soon.
Yeah,
it's really pissing me
really
off.
they have to do it, because right now fans are kind of just like, what are they doing with the company, But I don't think at E3 they'll blow anyone away. I think that they'll take like the middle of the pack, like they won't be the best, but I don't think that they would be the worst at E3. But we'll see what the other game studios have to show up at E3. Maybe they will be the worst just because they're not going to announce or show off the NX to begin with. So, I don't know.
I think this is like, I don't know. I think it might be a sign that Nintendo wants to drop off the console race and might want to stick to handheld stuff. Since the portable systems have always done well, like the 3DS has done extremely well, Game Boy, DS. But their consoles have been like the Wii did really well, but that was marketed more towards like everyone and more as a toy, I guess.
Yeah,
than the
people
Wii.
bought it because of Wii Sports, basically.
Yeah. Most of the sales of the Wii was because of Wii Sports, and I think it's like one of the top selling games of all time.
Yeah, I think
behind like Tetris or something.
I think what's it called? The attachment rate, which is like when you buy a console, the amount of games that are sold. The attachment rate for the Wii was extremely low, because a lot of people that did buy the Wii just bought it for Wii Sports and then nothing else. Basically like the 4 sports games, and then that was it. Not many people that did buy the Wii knew about Mario, Zelda, all these other Nintendo franchises that they could have bought. They just bought it for the casual experience of playing bowling in your own house. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. The amount of NX news that's coming out is kind of annoying at this point. I just want something official from Nintendo to go and get this done and over with, because, it's kind of just up in the air at the moment, and it's really annoying.
Yeah, I just want to know what it is, so I could just finally just stop worrying about Nintendo. Like, it's getting annoying.
There's a 5th Transformers movie.
Oh boy.
Another
one.
I've only watched the second one, and
you only watched the second one?
Yeah, I've only watched the second. I mean, like the first one has been on like Cartoon Network a lot, but I've never decided to like sit down and watch it.
The first one was on Cartoon Network?
I mean, like they did like those movie nights or whatever for like Cartoon Network or something, and then.
And it seems a little weird to have that on Cartoon Network. But okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I've never watched the series because I've always heard that it just went worse and worse.
I forgot what even the third one was. Oh, the third one was okay. The fourth one was absolute garbage. It was the longest, dumbest thing I've ever watched. It was like 2 hours and 30 minutes of like nothing. It was awful. Don't ever watch that movie. The third one, it was so dull. I can't even remember. The second one was bad. The first one was pretty good. That's how they go.
Oh my god.
But they make money, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they always make money because of Transformers, and it's big robots fighting other big robots. So yeah, I'm pretty sure kids want to see it.
I'd rather watch Pacific Rim.
Yeah, if you want to see a robot on robot action, just watch that movie. But
that movie's so good.
I don't know why they're making a 5th one. People have already lost faith within the Transformers series in terms of the cinematic perspective. So I don't know. We'll just have to go and see exactly how this one does. It's gonna star Mark Wahlberg again.
Okay, so, yeah, he was in the last one.
Yeah. We'll just have to see. And then Michael Bay is also director. Oh boy.
Of course.
So
it's gonna be bad. I'm just saying.
Oh my god. All right. So on to some better news. We actually put this on the podcast before, but then it turned out to be fake. But now there's actual, some sort of evidence. Sucker Punch might be working on the next Spider-Man game, and we might see it at E3, to be honest. So, some leaks have come out titling it Untitled Spider-Man PS4 project, and it could be centered around the new movie. There could be some work between Activision and Sony or like Sucker Punch to go and make this game. And I think it was one of the animators from, yeah, the Sucker Punch animation director tweeted that he was seeing Civil War for the second time because reasons, which could mean for his kid, but it could also mean for his job, you know, because this is the first time Spider-Man has appeared within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You know, just seeing the way that Marvel did Spider-Man within that movie and then just transitioning it to their possible game that could be announced this E3. I'm just wondering exactly if this is true or not.
Yeah, I do think it's highly likely at this point that there will be a Spider-Man game by Sucker Punch because there seems to be a lot of evidence now that they will be doing it, and hopefully we do see it by E3. I don't think we might not see it by E3. It still seems a little early.
We might see like a teaser trailer, just like
We could
announce
see a
it.
teaser trailer. Yeah.
Just like
I
announce
think
it, and then
for-
like maybe in like the PlayStation experience that they do like later on in the year or something like that, they might show off gameplay or like an actual trailer. We'll just have to go and see. This is all speculation right now. So, I mean, you know, Sucker Punch has done the Infamous games, which are awesome when it comes to parkour and all this other stuff. But now that they have Spider-Man to work with, they can now have their hero climb on walls, swing from buildings, and all this other stuff. And I think it would be a fantastic game, especially since, you know, Sucker Punch with their experience with Infamous, it would just work out in the end. So
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, dude. I mean, Infamous is already kind of a superhero game, so you kind of just instead of shooting lightning, you like web swing. So it's like,
yep.
I think they already have enough experience with open world superhero games that they could pull this off very well.
We'll just have to go and see if this is true or not. And if it isn't, I would be extremely sad because
Yeah, I'd be really sad. I want another Spider-Man game.
yeah, because it's been a while since we got like a really solid open world Spider-Man game. I mean, I played some of the Amazing Spider-Man the movie on like Xbox, which was all right. You know, it did feel I like the web swinging around the city, but the combat system felt too similar to Arkham Knight, which is what
Yeah.
everyone's trying to simulate during that time. So, and then I heard the Amazing Spider-Man 2 was either just as good or like even worse. I'm not exactly sure.
I think it was just okay. I
Yeah.
don't think it was that bad.
So we haven't had a great Spider-Man game in a while. So hopefully, if
Yeah,
Sucker
I don't
Punch,
think since Shatter Dimensions was like the best.
yeah, because
one.
like it had so many different Spider-Men, and then it just the gameplay for all of them were pretty good, and you know it was like one level base, and then you just had to do like this one mission, which you know it's not open world, but you know it got the job done. You know,
Yeah.
so we'll just have to go and see and find out. Batman Return to Arkham is announced. This is basically I believe this is Arkham, yes, Arkham Asylum and Arkham City being ported onto the new systems, PS4 and Xbox One. So what do you think about this?
I think that's good. Wait, is it for PC also, or is it just Xbox One and PS?
Let me see. Let me just go through this trailer. I think it's for well, all of the DLC is included. It'll be for PS4 and Xbox One. I don't see anything about PC.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think it's still good because collection's always nice to have.
Yeah.
Mostly so they could update the graphics for the
And on
current
top of that,
systems.
it could introduce newer fans to the franchise.
Yeah, I still need to play Arkham Asylum. I have it on Steam, so I should play it.
But
But-
some drama has been going on because I've seen some images like side by side from like the trailer to like the actual games from PS3 and Xbox 360. It kind of looks worse. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh God! All right, never mind.
Yeah, like some parts of it, like in the suggestions, it says worse graphics than last gen reverse remaster, and I'll put this video in the description. But yeah, like certain parts of the video definitely do look worse. Like
Yeah, I do. I like this. There's good parts and bad parts about collections, as we could see with the Ratchet and Clank collection, right? That is garbage, right? That was just basically a money grab, and I fell for it because I just bought it without thinking about it, and it was bad. It was horrible ports. Like it looks slightly nicer, and you got trophies and stuff, But besides that, it was trash because all the like your armor would float above your head and stuff. It was awful. But stuff like the Sly Cooper collection was very well done,
Yeah,
and like
because since our games actually did care for the series, so
yeah.
they
And
took their time.
also, the Ratchet and Clank collection, when you're selecting through the menus, it just shows like a stock image of Ratchet and Clank All for One. Like, it was like no thought
Yep.
put into that thing.
All right.
The Jack and Daxter had like a nice 3D model of Jack and Daxter, and the Sly Cooper one had like the van going through the different games.
Yeah.
But you could probably tell the drop in quality. So this could be a cheap money grab. You know, you never know with these collections.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully it's not. But, you know.
Well, this is not made by Rocksteady. Obviously, this was handed off to a third-party studio called Virtuos. I'm not exactly sure on how to pronounce that. But the games that they have worked on previously, such as DreamWorks Superstar Carts for DS,
Nice. Nice.
NBA 2K12 for PS2,
That's my jam.
and more recently they did Heavy Rain for PS4, which
Okay.
I didn't hear much about that. They did Injustice: Gods Among Us for Android devices, but yeah, their list of games that they did previously don't look exactly that great. So, you know, this is kind of worrying, especially since people have already called them out and basically called this a reverse remaster. So, hopefully that this isn't the final product and we'll get a better version, because most of the time people will still buy these, and you know, it really doesn't matter to the studios because they still make the money. So if it does come out looking this bad, I'm not gonna buy it, because there's no point in supporting remasters that are really bad, especially since, you know, the series has done financially well as is. You know, if it was something like, you know, Sly Cooper, for example, you know, that's a series that hasn't gotten games in years, and then releasing a collection, well, pretty much to me, if sales do well, that sparks interest to make a new game, which is basically what happened.
Yeah, I do think collections are good. Like, I think they're good for games that have been dormant for a few years. Like Jack and Daxter and Sly Cooper were pretty good collections because, you know, they
Yeah.
didn't have a new game in forever. Actually, wait, when did Sly 4? Did Sly 4 came out before the collection or after?
It came out after. I think it was like a year or two.
Okay, yeah. See, that's good because, you know, it like, oh yeah, I remember that character. And then when Sly 4 came out, more people were probably gonna buy it because they played the collection.
Mm-hmm.
And Jack and well, there's no new Jack and Daxter game. But,
Yeah,
you know, it's still good to have it.
But you know, there have been rumors going around about a Jack 4, but again, those are rumors, and I didn't get to find an article citing it, so we'll just have to go and wait and see exactly what E3 has in store. But, you know, collections that are something like this, you know, like porting it from Xbox 360 to Xbox One, that's like not exactly a huge gap, and then when you screw it up like this, it's kind of like, what are you doing? You know?
Yeah.
So if it does come out looking this bad, I'm not gonna buy it because I already have them on my last generation consoles. So the next story is that Monster Hunter Stories is coming out in Japan and will be including amiibos, and these amiibos actually look really good. Like,
Yeah, these look really nice. Jesus
like
Christ.
detailed, like Disney Infinity kind of. So I'm not exactly sure if these are gonna be rare, but yeah, like if you just look at them, like the dragons and like the characters on the dragon, like they just look nice. Hopefully that all of the amiibos come out looking like this, because, you know, the prototypes for the first wave of Smash Bros. Amiibos look great, and then when they released them, you know, Link looked like trash and Peach looked worse. So hopefully that this quality of like awesomeness will translate to the main product. Hopefully. So
As for the game itself, it actually looks really good. I never heard about this till right now, and it looks freaking amazing. I actually want it. So it's a what is it? Upcoming turn-based RPG with a much larger emphasis on storytelling than the previous games in the series. That seems more interesting because Monster Hunter is mostly based on you just killing monsters.
oh, there's gonna be an
and getting-
RPG.
Yeah, turn-based RPG.
Oh,
yeah.
let's go.
So the Monster Hunter series is, you know, you just fight big monsters, you gather their materials, build better weapons, and kill more bigger monsters.
It looks
That's
like that
basically the
this one's
premise.
going to be a lot more story driven and RPG
Yeah, it
elements.
seems to be more of an RPG, yeah. So that seems interesting, because I really like this Monster Hunter universe. I just recently gotten into it. So this game actually looks really interesting. I hope it goes into America, comes to America. That'd be good.
It probably will, since Monster Hunter has gotten a lot bigger over within the West since, I think, Monster Hunter 3 for the Wii U. So it'll probably come here. It's just a matter of time on when they'll announce it. I think.
Yeah, alright, I guess I'm looking forward to this now. The amiibos also look really nice, so I'll probably try to get one of those.
Uncharted 4, surprisingly, not really, sells 2.7 million copies in its first week. So,
That's a lot.
what do you think about this?
I think it's good because it's the final game of the Uncharted series, and I think it deserves it because it's the last game that we'll ever do with this series probably, unless they do like a spin-off or something. But I think Naughty Dog's ready to move on, and I think it's nice that it sold really well.
Yeah. The Last of Us actually sold 3.4 million copies in its first 3 weeks. So, surpassing more than half of the sales of their last big game within its first week is kind of like amazing, especially since that this is not a PS3, this is a PS4. This is a brand new system that was released like 2-3 years ago or something like that. It's still fairly new. And when The Last of Us was released, it was released towards the end of the PS3's life cycle. So obviously the hype for this game and the amount of people that wanted to play this game was shown within the sales numbers. 2.7 million copies, like that's insane.
Yeah, I just think it's a good thing. Hopefully they make a Jack and Daxter for it now. I would like that.
Right now,
probably not ever.
Right
but
now, if I were to predict what Naughty Dog is going to
Probably-
do next, it's probably going to be a Last of Us 2, to be honest.
Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen.
Because the people that worked on The Last of Us worked on Uncharted 4. Because the
Okay.
original writer and director, I believe, left Naughty Dog to go and work somewhere
Okay.
else. So now the people from The Last of Us worked on Uncharted 4, and they did a fantastic job. So right now they're probably planning on doing The Last of Us 2 or a new IP. We don't know what Naughty Dog is going to do next. If they do a Last of Us 2, I would be very happy because I would love to go and see where Joel and Ellie go after the first game's conclusion, or a new set of characters. That could also happen as well. So Naughty Dog, good job. Obviously Sony helped a lot with its advertising. They advertised the hell out of this game. Like, I saw it multiple times on Twitch. There's many posters around the world on the game, and just like the way that they spread the word out for this game was done really, really well, I think. So good job on Sony. You spent money to make money, and it paid off in the end.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say because I don't play Uncharted, but I'm glad it made a lot, and I'll probably need to play this series at one point in my life.
Yeah,
So,
the remasters on PS4 are actually really good. So if you want to go and play the Uncharted series, I recommend you start with the Nathan Drake collection, then work to the fourth game.
Yeah, I'll probably do that.
Alright, so now let's get into games we have been playing recently. So I'm going to start with you because I know the game that you're about to talk about.
Yeah, it's Overwatch. Overwatch finally came out, and it's great. I think I talked about it last time with the open beta, but this time it's finally released, and it's just as good as I thought it would be. I'm glad that the hype, I didn't get bored of it. I'm not bored of it. I have 22 hours in this game already, probably more than that actually, combined with the open beta and closed beta I played of it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm still having a lot of fun with it. Each day I try a different character to try to get better with them, because I think it's with a game where you could switch classes anytime you want, just like TF2, but it's 21 different characters. I think it's important to know a lot of the different characters and how to play them, just in case you have to switch.
Yeah.
So it makes the games varied and fun.
Especially
And the games, yeah.
Especially if you want to get really good at the game, you're gonna have to know how to play every single character. So
Yeah, you have to know how to play like an offense, a flanker, a healer, a tank. You have to know these things just in case I want to try and get competitive in this game.
Yeah,
So,
just in case if you need to play one of those roles, you don't have to complain about your teammates as much, but you could just do it yourself. If you need to get a job done, do it yourself. I still haven't picked the game up. I'll probably do it after this podcast is over. So, yeah, and then we could probably play later or something.
Yeah, the game is just fantastic. The maps are all very fun. The only complaint I guess I have is that the lack of game modes is only really two. You got payload and capture the control point, or hold it like King of the Hill.
I really do
But
like
besides
that. I
that-
like the fact that Overwatch is objective based instead of just
Oh yeah.
going for kills, because then no one would play any of the other characters, So
Yeah, objective based multiplayer is just for FPS is just better, because in a team deathmatch you just kill people, and it's not you get bored of it pretty fast. But if you have an objective, oh god, get to the point, someone's backdooring or something, it makes the game more fun. So I am highly enjoying it. I'm glad Blizzard finally made a new IP. I think the last new IP was StarCraft was 1998. Yeah, StarCraft
My
was the
God.
last new IP. Because Warcraft was like early 90s. Same thing with Diablo, and yeah,
Wait,
StarCraft
what
was the
about
latest one.
Hearthstone? Isn't that?
Hearthstone. I mean, Hearthstone's with Warcraft. I'm
Oh,
counting it
okay.
like
All
not new
right.
game, but like new IP. So yeah, this is the first new IP since like '98. So I'm glad to see that it's doing so well.
They
Cause I
probably
like some.
they they probably planned this for like a long time.
Oh yeah, because the game was originally meant to be a MMO named Titan, but that game failed. They were developing that game for like 7 years,
Yeah,
but
I heard about that. You know,
yeah,
like
but then Titan just got scrapped, and then wherever was left at Titan, they made into Overwatch. So I'm glad that it didn't go to waste, which I'm glad. I would like the new MMO from Blizzard, but you know, I'm totally fine with this. So yeah, there you go. That's my experience. It's a really good game, solid, good shooting. Everything's great.
it's also cheaper on PC, which is great.
Yeah, it's cheaper on PC because on console they force you to buy the Origins edition. I guess like it's like 60 there. I
Does
mean,
it
you get
even
the
come
skins,
with?
but
Oh wait, it does.
I think it does. I'm not sure because on PC if you buy the $60 version, you get the skins plus some stuff for other Blizzard games, which I bought because I play Blizzard games a lot, so it was worth it for me. But if you're on PC, you do get a discount of like $20. So
Which is nice.
yeah,
So obviously, I need to play Overwatch. What else have I been playing? This one day, you know it. I played League
yeah,
for like hours. I played like 16 or something games, and I still went down in like LP and all that stuff. But you know, if you want to obviously get up there, you're gonna have to experience losses, and I think now Riot's looking at dynamic queue and looking to go and fix it right now. Like there was just a post like literally posted right now about it. So they're looking to increase your chances of getting your primary, which is fine for other people, but like for me, it they have this graph to go and show exactly the likelihood of you getting your primary, and like supports like plus 90%. So I really don't have a problem. That one chance I do get jungle, it's like whatever. So
wait. So in dynamic queue, you put your roles right.
yeah, you put two
But
rolls.
what happened if you want like mid and like ADC? How long would that queue time be?
Um, they'll pair you up with someone that is. I mean, like, I'm not exactly sure exactly how it would work. A lot of people do bot mid, and that's fine. It's just
Okay.
that the reason that people complain about queue times is because they're in high elo, like master and all this other stuff. So
Okay.
obviously the queue times are going to be longer because most of those people that are in that high elo do mid and bot. So um, yeah, you can just put whatever role you want. It no matter what combination you do. But I like the fact that you have to pick two roles instead of like memorizing all five roles. To go and climb the ranks, because that gets really annoying. Because let's say that you want to play support, but like your last pick, and then you don't get supported, then you have to like fill or whatever. So it kind of sucks back then, but now with this new system, it's nice. But dynamic queue kind of ruins it because you can pretty much pair up with 5 people, which I don't like. And it looks like that they are adjusting pre-made handicaps further to even the playing field between pre-mades and non-pre-mades, which seems to be a good solution. But hopefully that they go through with this. So I don't know. Just like playing League in general is kind of just like a grind. And
Yeah, I mean, I do like the fact that you could pick the roles you want because I don't think it's fair for someone that like I only play support and then you're like, oh, I need to play mid, but I don't know how CS that well, so then
yeah,
you just get screwed. So
so
I do like that, but I heard the other complaints and I agree with it. So
yeah, like dynamic queue is kind of just like annoying, and just bring back solo queue, and then dynamic queue would turn it into team builder. So and they don't want that. So hopefully that with this direction with dynamic queue, with this new direction, it'll probably get better. But other games I have been playing, I don't think it's been anything else, to be honest. I've been reading Ultimate Spider-Man. That's really good. I'm on volume 3, so I'm not exactly which issue that is, but it's pretty much the Doctor Octopus arc, which is really good. I'm really liking it, and I ordered a lot more, so those should be coming in later this week. So I'll read those and then just like get sucked into the Ultimate Spider-Man universe and get
yeah, I like
hyped.
that universe. It's pretty
Get
cool.
hyped for Homecoming. So. And I like that Peter is young. that's like my favorite part. You know,
Oh yeah,
it
yeah.
makes them more relatable to
It works
everyone
well.
else. Yeah, because like when you watch the Spider-Man movie by Sam Raimi, it's like Peter just graduated high school. It's kind of hard to relate to someone like that, but within these comic books, he's like 15, so it's a lot more easier to relate to. So
Yeah, I think it relates to Spider-Man's whole message about being young and great power comes with great responsibility. I think that's aimed towards younger people more than like someone that's older because
yeah,
they don't
because
really
at that
understand
point
that.
you pretty much learned from it. Like
Yeah,
you learn your lesson as you get older, just by making mistakes and all this other stuff. But, as a young person, when you screw up and then your uncle dies, great power comes great responsibility and all this other stuff. And, you learn from Peter, basically, which is awesome. And I love that.
yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna lay down one last topic for today, then we're gonna close this show out. And this is something that I wanted to talk about in the video, but I don't think that I would be able to flesh it out enough. And it's the fact that are pre-orders, like pre-ordering a game, good? So I'm gonna ask you first. Did you pre-order Overwatch? I'm pretty sure you did, right?
I actually didn't until I played the closed beta because
Okay.
I think I don't really pre-order too much stuff like too many
Yeah,
things
same.
anymore. Only if I have like stuff like expansions, like for like StarCraft Legacy of the Void. I obviously know what StarCraft is, so I already pre-order that because I already know what the gameplay is gonna be, or like Diablo and stuff. Usually expansions I don't mind pre-ordering, but when it comes to a new IP or game, I usually wait until I have a chance to play it. So once I played the open beta of Overwatch, I immediately pre-ordered it because I'm like, okay, this game is great. I'm just gonna pre-order it now. Even though I knew it was gonna be good, I just didn't want to risk it. You know what I mean? Even though it's by a company I love, it could still be bad. So I
Yep.
just want to make sure for myself.
I
So
mean, I like the fact that you did play the game first before you pre-ordered it.
yeah,
So you kind of give yourself, a little bit of what's to come when you do finally get the game. The last pre-order I did was Uncharted 4, which the game already looked fantastic as is, and it's from Naughty Dog, and if they screwed up that game, a lot of people are going to be pissed.
yeah.
So, and then the game I pre-ordered before then, I can't even, like, remember. I think it was, like, Mario Kart 8 or something. But, like, that's Nintendo and Mario Kart, so...
Yeah, it's like you already know what Mario Kart is, so it's like there really is no risk that it's gonna be bad. So
Yeah,
it's
like
like yeah,
people that do pre-order like new IPs, like they're risky. They are risking their money and wallet. So, do I think pre-orders are good? I don't think so because, what most game companies will do is that they'll look at their pre-order numbers and it's like, you know what, we've hit our mark, and then they just start half-assing the rest of the game, and then they have to patch the game and all this other stuff, and that just gets really annoying because that pretty much sets like their expectations on what the game is already gonna sell on top of people that are gonna buy it on day one, like really high if there's a lot of pre-orders already, because it's kind of like going to class, you already have an A, and then you just start slacking off,
yeah.
So obviously you don't want that to happen, but it will happen, because you just get lazy and all this other stuff. So I don't think
Oh,
pre-orders are good.
thank you for that.
No problem.
But I also think it's totally worthless to pre-order a game on PC
Yeah,
because it's like the whole point of a pre-order is like
because you
hold
still
it.
have to like download it, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah, like download it. Unless it's like I guess they're doing pre-downloads now if you have
Yeah,
a slower internet connection. But it's like the whole original purpose of pre-ordering was so you could get that game before it sells out on the store.
but
Like I
that doesn't
remember,
happen anymore.
yeah, that never happens anymore. Like I remember Super Smash Brothers Brawl. I pre-ordered that, and I knew that game was about to, like sell out. So I pre-ordered it, and that was the time. Like what was that? 2008. That
Yeah,
was like the
2008.
time when games could like sell out. I was like, oh, we have no more copies. That's it. Yeah, you should have pre-ordered it. So I'm like, oh god. But now on PC, it's like I could just buy it. Like I could wait for reviews and just buy it. So I think being patient it comes a long way of saving you money and regret if you buy something you hate. Luckily, Steam has that 2 hour, not two, yeah, the 2 hour thing where if you play a game for less than 2 hours and you hate it, you can refund it for all your money. So that's good.
I
But
like that Steam does that now.
yeah, like there's some some things I regret buying, and then you just like, oh no. So it's like, yeah. So don't pre-order. Just don't pre-order. Just be
Yeah,
patient.
pre-ordering I thought was never a good idea, and then just like hearing other people's opinions about pre-ordering. So obviously, if you're hyped for a game, you could just wait for it to come out, because 9 times out of 10 it won't sell out within your area or even online retailers. Unless it's like
A special edition.
yeah, unless it's like a special edition or like a MMO or something like that, where like server space is like limited, right, or something like
Yeah.
that. So unless there's like certain circumstances where you don't have to, or should I say, where you do have to pre-order it, obviously. And I think the big thing that I wanted to pre-order was the Wii U, because I knew that that thing would sell out quickly. But then like a month or so later, it was like in stores everywhere. So
Hmm.
at launch it was rare, but after that it was kind of commonplace.
Yeah, I
So
think the only time I'll pre-order stuff is like what I said, expansions and probably Nintendo stuff, like a big Nintendo title like Zelda or Smash Brothers. I think I pre-ordered Smash Brothers also. So
yeah,
yeah,
I did it
that's
for
the only times.
Wii U, because it came with the GameCube controller, and I knew that
Yeah.
bundle would sell out, and it did. So I'm glad that I did that. And yeah, it's like the only time you should pre-order is again under certain circumstances. And if it's just like a standard edition, it's like whatever, dude, you'll probably get it anyways. So just like pre-ordering is not a overall good investment, because you're giving the game developer like false hope, kind of.
Yeah, and like you're right, you're like putting all your money already there. It's like you don't even know if the game's gonna be good or not. So it's like don't do it. Be patient. Wait until reviews come out, and then you could
And then you
make
could
a
spend
decision.
it, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, that is all we have for today, the Two Players Podcast, episode 9. Thank you guys for listening once again. We appreciate it very much, and we will see you guys again within 2 weeks from now with our next episode 10. So we'll see you guys then.
Bye.